Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Today I would like to introduce HTML. HTML is a basic language for all the designing courses. In this tutorial, I am giving a step-by-step procedure so that you can learn it in an easy way. And if you're new to this HTML, then you can learn HTML from basics to a professional level. And after learning HTML with CSS and JavaScript, you will be able to create your own website. So let's begin with it. But before we get started, let's have a look at agenda for today's session. So first, I will tell you what is HTML and what are the different versions right now and which one is the current version in the market, and I will tell you some terms related to designing. Later on, I will tell you the structure for HTML program, and I also discuss about this doc type. And finally, I'm going to discuss about tags, elements and attributes. And in the last, I'm going to run a sample program so that you can learn how to execute a program. So let's begin with it. So first, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. First, we'll see what is this hypertext and markup. Hypertext is nothing but a text within another text is called as hypertext. Generally, you can observe this hypertext in links. A text which appears onto the link is called as hypertext. If you click on this link, it will bring you to a new web page. So that is called as hypertext. So we'll learn how to create those links in the future sessions. And now hypertext means a text within another text is called as hypertext. Now what is markup? Markup language. It is a computer language which is used to apply layout and formatting effects to a text document. Markup language is having set of markup tags which is used to create HTML document or web pages. So basically HTML is a markup language which is used to create attractive web pages with the help of styling and which looks in a nice format on a web browser. And next, HTML is a basic language which is widely used on web. And by using this HTML, we can create static web pages for both websites and web applications. After that, we'll see what are the features about this HTML language. HTML is a simple language which is very easy to learn and you can be easily understood and modified. And the best part is HTML is not a programming language and there is no prerequisites for this language. Here we have some predefined tags. We need to learn those tags. And HTML is a case insensitive language. We can use tags either in lowercase or uppercase. And finally, HTML is a platform independent. We can run these HTML programs in any platforms. So these are the features regarding to HTML. Let's see what are the HTML versions. Since the time HTML came into picture, there are lots of versions in our market. So first one, HTML 1.0 released in 1991. This is the first version by Tim Berners-Lee. And the second one, HTML 2.0, this is the next version released in 1995, which is having some standard core HTML features like form elements, text box, option button, etc. And next, HTML 3.2 was published in 1997 by W3C, World Wide Web Consortium Organization, which is having the features like creating tables, form elements, etc. And later, HTML 4.0 released in 1999 and having features like CSS and scripting ability for various multimedia elements. So in this version, they are included CSS and JavaScript. That's why this is called as DHTML. We can say dynamic HTML as DHTML. And also in this version, they are included XML. That's why this is also called as XHTML. And later, HTML 5.0 announced in 2008 by two organizations. One is W3C, World Wide Web Consortium Organization, and the second one is Web Hypertext Application Technology Working Group. Both organizations are involved in the development of HTML5 version and still it is under development. So these are the versions are in market right now. And later on, we'll see some terms regarding to designing, because in HTML, we are going to discuss about what is a web page. Sometimes we use web page, website, web application, browser, all those terms. So let's see what are those things. So first one, web page. A web page which only renders onto the browser is called as a web page. Rendering is nothing but executing. So a document or page which executing onto the browser is called as web page. And these web pages can be identified by the URL. And coming to these web pages are two types. First one is static web page and dynamic web page. A static web page is nothing but page which contains static text. That is, it cannot be modifiable. And coming to dynamic web page, a page which communicate with the user and can be modifiable is called as dynamic web page. So we have two types of web pages. We can design these web pages by using HTML. And the second term is website. Website is nothing but a collection of web pages. We are designing these web pages by using HTML. If you combine those web pages into one group, that is called as website. But in these websites, there is no communication between the user. So this is called as website, and the examples are www.fratelloinotech.com, canisworld.com. All these are websites because there is no interaction with the user. They are displaying the content. We have to read that. So the content is readable, not changeable. That's why these are websites. Now coming to next one, web application. Web application is also the collection of web pages. We are designing the web pages and combining into one group. That is called as web application. But in these web applications, there is a communication between the user and the web application. So that's why we can call this as web applications as dynamic. And the examples are gmail.com, onlinesbi.com. All these are web applications because there is a interaction between the user and that web application. Here user can register their details with that applications. So that's why we have website and web application in designing terms. Generally people will get confused about website and web application. And the last one, web browser. It is a software which is used to process the web pages. So to run the web pages, we need a software that is web browser. So examples are Chrome, Safari, Opera, etc. All these are terms regarding to designing. And let's see what is the structure for this HTML program. So first, we have to learn about tag. What is a tag? In HTML, we are having some predefined tags. We need to learn those tags. I'll tell you what are the tags in HTML in the next sessions. Right now, what is a tag? Tag is nothing but content written in the angular brackets is called as a tag. So we need to write this tag, and the tag having a closing tag, and in between a content is there. So this entire thing is called as a tag. Now in HTML, we have all the tags here. In the structure, first one, if you can observe, we have doc type HTML, exclamatory mark, and doc type HTML. This is optional actually, but it defines the document type. This is used to instruct the browser about the version. So if you write this doc type HTML, it specifies that it is the current version, that is HTML5. And the next one is HTML starting tag, and we have closing tag. In between these two tags, we have different tags. Again, in HTML tag, we have two sections in this. First one is head part and body part. In the head part, again we have one more tag is there, title. Here we need to write title, and it is having some closing tag. And this title is displayed on the browser title bar. Whatever the content you mentioned in this title tag, the text is displayed on the browser title bar. And the next one, second part is body part. Whatever the content you have to display onto the page, we need to mention between the body tag. And here we have some different tags here. We'll learn what are the tags in the next sessions. Right now, just I'm displaying welcome to HTML. So if you run this, it displays welcome to HTML. So this is the structure for HTML program. We'll see how to run it, and after that I'll tell you what is tag, element, and attribute. Now HTML document is made up of different tags here, and each tag contains different content. So in these tags we have two terms. Those are, first one is element. What is element? HTML elements are written with a start tag and end tag, and between some content is called as HTML element. That is, we are having starting tag and ending tag in between some content. So this we can call this body tag as element. Like these elements, we have lot of elements in HTML. And apart from these elements, we have void elements. These void elements are nothing but in HTML, some tags are not having closing tags as well as content. Those tags are called as void elements, or also called as empty elements or unpaired tags. Those are BR and HR. BR stands for break, HR stands for horizontal line. If you want to display a line break, use break tag. If you want to display a horizontal line, you can use this HR. So these are void elements in HTML. And coming to attribute. What is attribute? These are nothing but an additional information about these elements. And these are always specified in the starting tag. In the body tag, here I have written BG color equal to red. This BG color is called as attribute. It specifies the additional information about this body tag. That's why this is called as attribute. So BG color is nothing but background color. It is in red color. This is our value, attribute and value. In between we have content. So attributes are written in the elements, always specified in the starting tag. Here also I have one more example here. Here I have P tag. P is nothing but paragraph tag. If you want to write any paragraphs, you can use this P tag, and it is having some closing tag. And remember, there is no space allowed after angular bracket and the character. And after element and attribute, we have a space here. And same thing for closing tag, there is no space for angular bracket and this character. And coming to this ID is called as attribute name, and my ID is called as attribute value. We'll see these kind of attributes in CSS. In HTML, we have very few of these attributes. We'll learn in further sessions. So this is about tags, elements and attribute. Let's see how to run a sample program like this. For this, we need to open Notepad. Here I'm going to type my sample program. So first, doc type HTML and starting tag HTML and closing tag for HTML. So in between, we have again two sections. Those are first one, head and closing head, and body tag, closing body. So in the head tag, I'm going to include a title tag for title, for example, sample, and I'm going to close title tag, and within the body, I'm going to display welcome to HTML, and I'm also going to display it's my first page. So that's it. So this is my sample program. For this, first thing is we need to save this file with Ctrl+S, and I'm going to save in my program's HTML folder. You need to select the path here, file name here, for example, sample.html. So we have to mention extension for file, that is HTM or HTML, both we can use. I entered sample.html and the save as types. As all files, I'm going to select and click on save. So right now my file is saved. Now I'm going to open my file. Further, go to that path where you saved. So in D drive, in programs, HTML folder, in sample. So it's saved by using browser symbol. So double click on this. It's executed on the browser. So this is my text, welcome to HTML. It's my first web page. You can observe here whatever the content we mentioned within the body tag, that is displayed onto the browser, and the title sample is displayed in this title bar for a web page. If you haven't mentioned title tag here in the head tag, it displays whatever the file name you have given, that file name is displayed here, like sample.html is displayed here. And if you want to display in the next line, use break for break tag. There is no closing tag, that's why this is void element or empty element. Now save again, Ctrl+S. Now come back here, run. So this is displayed in the next line. So if you want to display again horizontal line here, again use HR and again save and refresh. You can use function F5 for refresh or this refresh button. So you will get horizontal line here. So this is the sample program you can execute. Right now I use Notepad for execution. This is the basic session. So I use Notepad. In the next session onwards, I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions, please mention in the comment section. For online and offline classes, visit our website www.fratellonotech.com, and for more tutorials, visit our website www.kennisworld.com. And don't forget to subscribe our channel, and please hit the bell icon for further notification. And if you like this video, please like, share and comment. Thanks for watching.